Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cosmic Crit. This is your GM and podcast editor extraordinaire, Patrick here. Happy to report that we've made it to the climax of Book 3 of Attack of the Swarm in this week's show. You have slogged through the trenches of Huskworld, you've battled bewitching bosses in Ultranius, and finally made it to this week's showdown here on Illemchuuva. I just wanted to take the time this week at this halfway point through the season to thank everyone that's listened to our playthrough of Attack of the Swarm, as well as seasons 1 and 2. So many things are in the works here at Cosmic Crit. From our second podcast on Patreon, where we're playing through Skull and Shackles in 2nd edition, Dead Men Roll No Crits, to just what we have planned in store in our Starfinder campaigns in the future. If you're a fan of the show, let us know if you have suggestions, comments, or questions in our Discord. The reason this podcast has persisted for years is because our fans reach out to us and let us know what they're thinking, and if they have ideas for us, they have suggestions. Anyway, it's a short intro this week. We'll be back next week with some more general announcements, but for now, let's settle in for a boss battle, the likes of which this crew has never seen before in terms of difficulty and danger. This is episode 155, and it's called Midnight Squad Gundam.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
It's time to build bases and blast faces with an all-out blitz assault in this week's episode of Command and Concrete. This is your GM Patrick, your GDI manager here, welcoming you back into the fray with the Brotherhood of Nod. And joining me in collecting resources and filling sandbags are my 5 friends and your fellow soldiers. To my right, this Orca pilot is hovering above the battlefield, taking pot shots. It's Rebecca rolling with Zinnia.
Hello.
Across from her, he's got his ion cannon sights set to heavy fire. It's Drew delivering Echo 7.
I'm a mechanical man.
To my right, the member of the GDI, of course, the giant dumb insects, a.k.a. it's Tyler, dredging up Devasho. Across from him, he will summon a troop of flamethrowers to attack your bunker. It's Jabert, plain as stressed. Hey, team! And across the digital table, when you're this small, all the world is your APC. Why, it's Miles mixing up with Sprouts.
Good evening.
You can ride in anything. How are you guys doing? Welcome back.
Pretty good. Excellent.
Good times. Are we about ready to get back into play this week?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I want to put on some Command and Conquer music in my headphones.
Doodle-doo.
That soundtrack is available on all major music streaming services, by the way, and it is great.
Yeah, I just saw that they did the remaster of Command Conquer and Red Alert. I'm like, it's time to revisit those games, I think.
They hold up in some ways, they don't hold up in other ways, but
I'm sure.
Awesome.
I want to go back just to watch those stupid FMVs that they had.
They have up-res them as much as they can using AI algorithms and the VHS tapes that
That's
they have.
hilarious.
It's ridiculous.
Hilarious.
But what they do is they have all the raw green screen footage too. So once you unlock the video in the game, you can go into the options and you can see what it was like at different levels of post-production. And I'll shut up about this now because
we got a game to play.
We got another game to play.
This is the series. This is the series with Spice, right?
Spice.
Yeah.
Spice?
Tim Curry.
Oh, he is in
Red Alert
2.
Oh, okay.
So he comes in later in the series.
It's just one of my favorite things from any video game ever. Is that one word from that one line?
Spice.
Yeah, I can't. Anytime I even hear that word, I have a hard time not immediately shouting that line because it's
yeah. So they after Command and Conquer 1, they realized it's like, let's just turn up how ridiculous this series is, including the FMV, or specifically the FMVs, and they got Tim Curry, which is
they got money.
great, yeah.
Billy D. Williams shows up in some of those games.
So many people in Red Alert 2. Yeah.
Anyway. We have our own Red Alert here on the podcast this week, as we were in the middle of a very climactic, potentially lethal combat that we need to get back to. But before we do, it's time to check in with Sprouts Marlowe for a reminder of what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
We hightailed it back to Forward Base with Dr. Galchek's data. Seemed the professor had a lead on something called the Prodigal Stone, and now we have some coordinates we're urgent to follow. This sheer mystery just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and I aim to get to the bottom of it. Wouldn't you know it, though, the Swarm had other plans. An all-out attack on Clade Company found us smack dab in the middle of an ambush. With Forward Base reduced to rubble, we're about to be overrun with a large Swarm baddie. That is until Gravlark sent in the reinforcements in the form of a bright yellow mech. With the rest of the party cyclically sidelined, it looks like fate once again is knocking on Sprouts Marlowe's door, and I'm just a dumb enough schmo to answer it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I made the decision fairly early on that I was going to divide this combat in two, because there's two waves that you have to fight, and one is a lot scarier than the other, but we still technically have a combatant from wave number one, this Mind Reaper, who has not taken any damage yet.
But when roll 20, shouldn't I?
Yeah, everyone should probably get in there. We've got the initiative already from last week. When we left off, there was indeed a giant fire fighting mech that got dropped off for you all from Gravlark. And I believe 3 of you were just magically slowed by the Mind Reaper in front of you all. A Trest, a Zinnia, and an Echo 7. And we are going to start right where we left off after the Mind Reaper's turn. We're back in combat, and last it was Jabert with Trest. So that's where we're going to pick up. Jabert, Trest magically slowed.
All right. Let's see here. So where roughly is this big new swarm monstrosity compared to us?
You've just seen it highlighted by flashing gunfire and flames of a Altafir starship that landed about 150 feet away.
Okay, got it. Great.
So, still a ways away from this combat, and you can hear gunfire from that direction.
All right. Well, I'm going to cast a spell. Perhaps my last spell of the day, and indeed of my life.
No.
Okay. That is a dark prediction.
I'm casting Mind Thrust. Upon this guy, using my whole standard action to just reach out and
So without another swarm nearby, I don't get the swarm's mind ability. So no amazing roll twice, take the better. Or is it roll twice and take the better is their normal ability. Still very good will save on this. What is the DC for
16?
Is this level 1 that you're doing?
Yeah, I only have this as a level 1 spell.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let me roll it. I could roll low. You never know. Oh, it was
almost did.
It was almost a 1, but a 13. It has saved, which means half damage.
All right.
Attack.
4 points of damage. Boy, I hate magic.
4
Could
points.
have never played a mystic. Mothers, don't let your babies grow up to be mystics.
That is your turn, bringing us back to the top of the turn order. Turn 1 of this phase of the combat, back to Sprouts Marlowe. Your ride has been slowed in the form of Echo 7. What would you like to do?
I think it's time to get a new ride, Patrick.
Oh my. You've got the mech about 25 feet to your west here.
Yes.
You climbing off of Echo 7 and clambering up the side of it.
Oh, yes.
Let's go.
It's still calling out, seeking trained operator, fire take, Epsilon, landed. As you get to the hatch, there's indeed a door, and it will call out Please input code to proceed or use emergency bypass key. Getting into this thing indeed will be either a computer's check or an engineering to bypass.
I guess I'll do a computer's check.
Go right ahead. So do you have a tier 1 or tier 2 computer?
That should.
Because otherwise you won't be able to hack into it. I believe this is going to be a tier 2 lock, digital lock.
I don't have a computer, so do I have to do engineering then? Yeah,
go ahead and roll engineering because you can just kind of jimmy the lock.
Ugh. It's an 8.
A 2 on the dice is not going to do it. It will require perhaps some help to get into this bad boy. That is going to be your turn, though, which means Echo 7, we are back to you. Sprouts has abandoned you for a cooler robot. A heroic robot.
Oh, because everyone's staggered right now, right?
20-foot tall firefighting mech. Everyone except you and Devasho, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to take another shot at this one lone swarm that we have down here, see if we can clear the board a little bit before the
Mind Reaper. Yeah,
the big bad comes in.
This Mind Reaper has kind of played behind. You fought off 3 different Escachides last week, and it was using them kind of as a shield wall.
Here we go. We're going to take a shot with a hail cannon, and I can't do heavy fire.
Just a standard action.
Say 26 to hit.
Whoa. That is a hit, and you rolled very well on the damage here.
17 points of damage.
Who needs heavy fire? Okay, yes. Points on the board on this one as it takes a massive Gelid blast to its shoulder. See it kind of carapace flaking off under the icy blast you've given it. Devasho, we're on to you. You've got a full action. What would you like to do?
Yep. I'm going to run up and hit it. It's a classic Devasho turn.
No.
He sees something that needs removing, he removes it. 19 points of damage, bypassing any DR, or in this case, energy resistance.
Oh, what did you roll?
I rolled an 18 on the dice for a 30.
Oh, that's pretty good. It could still be a hit because I've got 3 mirrors up on our friend Mind Reaper, which I forgot about for the hail cannon.
Whoa, what the heck?
I forgot all about it because I had it written down in my notes from last week. Go ahead and, first off, Drew, we're going back in time because your buddy complained too much. Roll me a D4 and try roll a 1.
What am I rolling for here, Patrick?
They have mirror images up, and you could break one of them, making your friend a little easier to hit them. But yes, you do indeed. So there are now only 2 mirror images, but that damage, we're taking it all back. Devasho, hey, why don't you roll me a D3 or a D6? You want a 1 or a 1 and a 2?
1 or a 2. Here comes a D6. I got a 2. That damage is going through.
This one will. How much was it in total?
19.
Okay, so a little bit more than what we would have had from that Gelid blast, but that is your turn, Zinnia. On to you. So 2 mirrors still up on this guy.
All right, Zinnia is going to see that Sprouts is having some trouble getting into the big mech thing that has appeared, and is going to fly over there. But I think all I can do is fly over there.
Yep.
So I'll just hang out.
Okay, we're back to the Mind Reaper, who has a few abilities it can do. Some fun things that we have seen it do before. Right now, it's going to... you can make an attack of opportunity, Devasho, because it's going to move on back away from you.
You are going to live to regret that.
Ooh.
19 on the dice for 19 more points of damage.
Well, roll those mirrors again.
Oh, that's okay. My D6 is kind to me today.
Ooh, it is. Another 19. So, oh boy, you've put up over 40 points of damage with the... wait, who gave it 4 points of damage?
Nobody? Oh,
that
yeah,
was
Jabber.
Trest, right.
Mind Thrust.
So that was with the Mind Thrust, which would have gone past the mirror image. So Over 40. I can do math. Boom. All right. And it's not bloodied yet, so it's going to move back and it's going to cast a spell on Devasho. Give me a will save, Tyler.
Oh, you fool. You fool. My dice are more than red hot. They are.
Yeah, they're going pretty.
They're lava benders. That's how good my dice are today.
No.
19 on the dice, Patrick. Get it off my table.
The second time you have saved against this, inflict pain. You have a -2 ability check, attack roll, skill checks for 1 round, as opposed to several rounds.
The rest of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. That is its turn. Tress, we're back to you.
Not Zinnia's turn?
Didn't already went.
Yep. On to you, Trest.
Sorry, did oh, I see, yeah. I mean, I don't have anything to do, so.
No creatures?
I guess I'll take a move action. I mean, what do you want?
I don't know. So, turn 2 slowed. Sprouts Marlowe, onto you.
All right, so I guess I'm going to try to roll engineering again to get in.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
It's a 17?
17 will not do.
Oh my gosh.
Dang. I thought you might have it that time.
Yeah, 11 on the dice. Not going to do it. It is a little bit easier, I will say, than the computer's check. But you're in there trying to pick that lock, and it looks like it's a pretty major key to keep this mech out of the hands of random people who find it in a forest fire. Echo 7, back to you.
Echo 7, seeing that there are still mirror images up and not trusting his ability to shoot the right one, he's actually going to... I can't do this quickly, can I? No, I'm just going to take a shot again. Forget I said that.
You don't have a grenade you can toss at it?
I do, but can I pull that out and use it in the same turn?
Oh, you're staggered.
Because I'm staggered.
No. Yeah, might be.
So we're just going to take another shot and hope that that's all it takes. How long are we staggered again? Until like 2 days,
Like
4 days?
seven rounds, I thought.
Slow is indeed rounds per level.
Forever, dude.
It's gonna be rough riding, and we're not even in boss fight territory yet.
All right, so we're gonna take another shot with the hail cannon, the Gelid. There we go. Say 26 to hit.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll me the mirror chance.
There are only 2 left. 2 mirrors.
There's 2
now?
mirrors, so you can roll a D3 or a D6. D6 will be a 1 or a 2. And you're mirror busting today, Drew. Another mirror down, but no damage on the board.
I rolled exactly that same combo the last time when I destroyed a mirror.
Devasho, back to you.
All right. Let's see. Okay. He goes after. Okay, so Devasho is going to. Have you announced if this guy's bloodied yet?
He is not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can take an attack of opportunity if you want to. Devasho is going to run past the Mind Reaper behind it.
All right. It will indeed strike at you with this like blade protruding from its wrist. The arm blade. A 15 on the dice. What is your armor class?
Not high enough to deter that.
Not against a 15. Then we've got some piercing damage coming at you as it stabs almost into your spine. Just hits right in the gallbladder area.
Ow.
Ooh, nearly max damage. 15 points of damage, piercing.
Ow. Well, that probably wasn't worth it.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make my attack now. Hopefully, my flanking maneuver will pay off. More blading coming at you. Come on, dice. You've been hot. Ooh, more hotness. 26. That's going to hit, right?
Yep. So 50-50 whether you're hitting it or the mirror now.
Okay, 1, 2, or 3. My D6 loves me. Oh, my D6 is consistent
Another
tonight.
Hit, and now it is bloodied. This Mind
There we
Reaper.
go. That was 15 points of damage. I rolled really low on that, unfortunately.
So when you fought the Mind Reaper before, it really needed to get the spell off, and in the tiny office of Dr. Galchek, it was not able to. You guys were like on it in like a second. I think I rolled very low on that initiative as well. Not doing so well. Zinnia, you are on the mech with Sprouts. Would you like to make an engineering check, or do you want to pull out Amy and try to hack this thing?
Well, I picked up a tier 2 computer, right? Mm-hmm. The little figurine thing?
Yes. So it is a small figure of Hylax, and I believe it's a couple times per day you can activate it for its ability.
And what is its ability?
I believe it's roll twice, take the better on a computer's check.
I think now is an opportune time to do that.
What, in the middle of combat?
So let me ask this. Given that I have a tier 2 computer, and with that, does that make it, which will be easier for me, a computer's check or an engineering check?
I don't know. What's your...
That I have the computer.
What's your bonus?
Engineering is a plus 17 and computers is a plus 16.
Well, if let's get to the rules here for what exactly is the computer called? It's skipping my mind here.
I have it pulled up.
Let's look at it. It is
an icon.
You're not talking about the Mark II computer idol, are you?
Idle. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a computer, I don't think.
It is. Computer idle Mark II, once per day per mark. Oh, if you fail a computer check, it allows you to re-roll it. So it's not rolled twice. Typically a re-roll is like an equivalent of, like +5 or so. Not always, mind you, especially with a reroll like this, but you have kind of 2 chances if you want to do the computer.
Okay, and does the tier of computer that I have on my person change the DC? Is that how it works?
To hack into something, I believe you need an equivalent mark. Like if you're hacking into a tier 10 computer, you would need a tier 10, or you're not going to be able to hit it. But you can use the computer idle to try and hack into this if you'd like.
Okay.
So
you can try that.
Make me that check.
It's a 26.
That'll do.
Oh, good.
Not. DC 25 is what I've determined here with a little increased security. But that will clear the way. The kind of pod opens up in the backside of its entry. For whoever is going in next, that is going to bring...
Just out of curiosity, did that count as like +4 to hack a door because of my thieves tools? Is that what I have?
For the computer check, I think you're mainly hacking the computer of the machine. But regardless, you're in it, and we're going on from your standard action to the Mind Reaper again, back to it. It is on a Devasho, still has a mirror up. I think it's just gonna make a couple attacks against Devasho. It sees itself getting very hurt here. It wants to take him down. Oh no.
Wow, that is the worst roll I've ever seen you do.
No, a natural 1, a natural 4. I'm just gonna pick up these dice. Actually, no, this is a high enough CR creature. Let's pull a card for this Swarm Mind Reaper. Gross.
That's unfortunate. You hate to see those rolls.
Do ya?
Well, with my stamina where it's at, I personally don't mind, but our viewers don't like that.
Oakley here. This is a kinetic attack. No extreme blow, so let's go. It is called Right on the Funny Bone. They take half weapon damage and move a step down the dexterity poison track until healed. So I think what's happening here is the Mind Reaper's bone weapon is getting dented and hurt from this attack. So it's going to take half of its damage. So 5 points of damage on that critical fail. So not great, but it's also just a terrible turn in general for it. And it brings us back to Trest. Dr. Birch.
Another move action.
Moving on in.
Yep.
I'm counting these turns well. Top of the turn order, Sprouts Marlowe. There's a giant mech in front of you. Are you popping in, Miles?
Oh, yeah.
What would you like to do, sir?
Okay, so if I'm popping in, I mean, can Zinnia come with me, or is...
If she would like to, right now the Ifrit firefighting mech that I've made using the Tech Revolution playtest rules is a huge mech that requires just one operator, but two can operate it. And because you guys are slowed, I'm going to allow just the standard action to provide a standard action.
I'm not slowed.
Well, if someone else comes in that is slowed, they can provide another action for the mech as per the rules, which you can still find online, even though by the time this episode comes out, the playtest has been over for like a month. I've got the mech's stats up in a special character sheet for you. But in the meantime, if you want to start operating it as a solo operator, you can, and take a look at it. It has indeed a giant buzzsaw coming out like the middle of its torso, almost on like a small robotic arm used for chopping down lumber. It has a flamethrower on its other arm.
That seems horribly out of... It's a firefighting robot.
Yeah, they got to do some clear burns of the underbrush. That's the best way to fight a fire, Drew. Don't you know that?
You can't fight fire with fire, Patrick.
That's literally
Also,
what you do.
Its name is Ifrit. What do you expect?
You gotta make fire to fight fire. That's what they say.
And it finally has like a headbutt capability, just to be able to take one on the chin. That's its weakest weapon. But the flamethrower has both a cone attack, so it could just hit a large swath of the undergrowth of Illemchuuva's gone but not forgotten forests. Or you could do a line attack, and the line attack, I don't have it up in front of me. I believe it's a 30-foot cone or a 60-foot line attack.
Ooh, wow.
Sounds like way too much, but I believe that's what it is.
Okay. So, Zinnia, are you coming in, or are you...
I can if you want me to. I mean, I guess it might be useful to have another action in the mech, right?
It's up to you.
She probably does more damage in the mech than she would outside the mech. So yeah, I'll plan to come in.
Look, my background right now is the Megazord cockpit.
Back from our stream, yeah. If you want to...
We've got no trick attacks now, gang, so...
If you want to start us off and make a ranged attack with a flamethrower, go right ahead.
But would that flamethrower also hurt my friends?
Oh, that is a great point. Yes, at this point you're in a direct line between Dresden and
if it's a line attack, could I just aim it at the Mind Reaper?
No, so it's like a line, and everything within that line.
Everything in that line. Okay, yeah. Then so I mean, as the obviously the cockpit's coming down, the metal music is just pumping as Sprouts is getting this thing, or as he is now known, Metal Hero Sproutsonger. I think I'm gonna use a move action and probably just move this thing down a little bit.
So you can move it. It has very extremely mobile legs, giving it a 40-foot move speed. If you want to move it and position in such a way that you can get a line attack on this thing without hurting your friends, you can. So just basically put it like almost even. Yeah. And that line attack weapon, I just looked it up, is 100 feet.
Awesome.
The cone is 60 feet. So I have that.
Is that the flamethrower that you've had put in here, or is that a different?
Yep. Go right ahead and roll it. This is made for a much higher CR creature, so I'm excited to see how it does against our little friend here. Oh, no.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, no. I should have never given you this power. I don't know how to balance mech combat yet. It's terrible.
Well, to be fair, we didn't expect a natural 20 to be the first roll.
Well, no, I told you I tested it out, and my first test roll was a crit too. Let's do a quick critical shout out to one of our fans.
Dude, Kill Steel Sprouts taking it to the next level.
Yeah, this thing is a crispy cracker at this point.
It did like over 60 damage.
Yeah. Spoiler warning, it's dead.
Oh.
Let's give a quick shout out to Michael P. and say thank you very much for backing us on Patreon. This crit absolutely demolishes.
I hate to be that guy, but it has one mirror image up.
Yeah, line weapons. I'm pretty sure.
Did they just
do not
bypass
care?
Do they not care? Okay, I didn't.
We can take a look at that. I know for a fact area of effect does not.
Yeah,
but
the cone, but I mean, a line passes through. I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, even at half damage, this thing is.
Well, the line. No,
it would be
essentially a
hit or
miss.
miss.
Actually, you know what? I think. Oh my goodness, Tyler might be right because it does require an attack roll. Whereas the same thing with a blast weapon, I believe. But let's take a quick 5 and look this one up. That's a great question.
I swear to Christ, Tyler.
We're back in it, and I think the ruling on the ground here is once again Tyler just trying to take away hits from folks. That's not his.
Yeah, if we lose this battle, guess who's getting blamed?
We're not losing a battle because you couldn't do 60 points of damage on a peon. Like that's not how we're losing.
Let's
Nobody likes having a crit taken away, so I will understand the hate here if you don't pass the 50-50.
The mirror is up. It's a 50-50 chance. Roll whatever dice you want, and you want low on that dice.
Oh, I want low?
You want low.
Yeah.
Well, too bad.
Oh, you're rolling high. It's a shame. It
is
absolutely,
a shame.
Absolutely
It's a
scorches
shame
the
this is my
mirror.
last episode of this godforsaken show.
We're all the same team here of playing Starfinder, and
are we on the same team?
We just succeeded at Starfindering. Oh no, taking that crit back.
Yeah, Tyler has left the chat there. He turned his back
for what happens next.
No. You gotta face me like a man, Tyler. You turn right around and look me in the eye.
I think a quick apology before we move on is in order, Tyler.
I'm so sorry, Miles. I love you. I didn't mean to do it. I had the thought.
You always hurt the ones you love, don't you, Tyler?
I mean, it was only 63 points of damage and 2d6 burn. Like that'll happen again, I'm sure, this episode. Echo 7, we're on to you. You thought the flames that have just encircled this Mind Reaper would definitely have burnt it to a crisp, but now you see that it is standing without any mirrors. We're on to you, sir.
If fire did not work, I will try ice. Hail cannon. 17 to hit.
Against KAC, that is a miss. Sorry. Oh, boy. If only you had gone first, you would have taken that mirror out for Sprouts and cleared the way. But now we're on to Devasho. Kill, steal, Osho. The path is cleared.
Well, I guess it was a kill steal in a weird way.
Do you count as flanking with a staggered person? Probably. Go right ahead and make. Are you doing 2 attacks?
Yeah.
Oh, you monster.
Why not? Let's get greedy. Since we are flanking with
If natural
Crest,
ones both of these, it's going to be hysterical.
that would be the most karma-induced thing you could possibly. Oh no!
Oh my god!
Drew, you called that from the bleachers, from the nosebleeds. Drew's like,
one.
it's a 1.
But you know what we call this? Justice.
Instant karma. Hold on, I want to roll the second one.
Okay, I'm getting the cards out.
Just to see if Drew, the ultimate 1 in 400 Hail Mary. Ooh. No. Okay. No. 17 on the second.
All right. Well, we'll see if this first one
Let's see if it stands.
Fluxes with your attack. You going for the energy or are you going for the kinetic?
This
attack?
is all acid, so it will be acid energy.
Acid. Yes. You get to pick.
I thought the swarm were immune to acid.
Oh, no. This one
You have not been listening to this
blade. Is a very special magical weapon.
Yeah.
This is called My Thinky Bits. You take half weapon damage and move one step down the intelligence poison track until healed.
That's okay. We don't have to worry about that too much.
I rolled max damage.
So taking 11 points.
Oh, that sucks.
But this second attack will be a hit.
Okay.
How much is it?
21 points of damage.
21. Okay, it's still up, and we're back to Zinnia, who's inside the cockpit with Sprouts, I imagine, just on her lap. Unfortunately, you've not moved the mech within... Actually, no, you are within range, because, though I've not described it in the flavor text, the Buzzblade can be thrown 20 feet, which... Within
Love that. Wish I had known that.
Is that like a hard 20-foot stop, or would it just be a negative?
I don't know. I'm new to these mech rules like everybody else.
Yeah.
The Buzzblade has a special thrown capability within 20 feet. It is a melee attack, but I'm guessing you're just throwing out the Buzzblade saw itself.
Well, can't she move the mech too?
Unfortunately...
she's staggered.
One
Staggered.
or the other for. Well, you can only do one or the other for the second action.
Gotcha.
This is something interesting that I have a question about, because when we did the playtest stream, all of us were in the same mech.
Mm-hmm.
Would Zinnia's turn not go alongside the other mech turn?
I think you might be right, actually. We'll alter that for future turns. I think, if memory serves, the initiative is actually the lowest in the turn order, so we might have to drop Sprouts Marlowe down. I'm going to allow you to make the Buzz Band attack at a negative, because I think you're outside of range, but this is you throwing out that melee attack, so go right ahead. Now, this is... does use ranks in piloting or your base attack bonus. What is higher of those two, Rebecca?
Definitely piloting.
You got 6
my
ranks?
piloting. Yeah, I have 6 ranks in piloting.
Go right ahead and roll that macro.
Which one? The piloting macro
Nope.
or the Buzzblade?
Buzzblade, if you're making an attack.
It's a 20.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a miss with the negative here, as once again, the mech cannot target medium-sized creatures, apparently. We're figuring it out as it goes right by Devasho's head, and it gets another turn, and I rolled really poorly for the Mind Reaper last turn, which means it's going to make a single attack against Devasho this turn. Just a single.
Why me?
I've still rolled really bad. So 5 on the dice is a miss. Let's see here. I think it's just gonna sit pretty, because I don't want to provoke anymore. Trest, we are on to you. This guy is super weak. You are flanking with your good buddy Devash.
I'm going to very slowly attack with my solar sword. Hey, 29 to hit.
Oh, geez Louise, that's a hit.
For 24 points of damage.
Old Kill Steel Trest, they calls him. The tortoise wins the race.
The slow-mo murderer.
As soon as you just slice into the Mind Reaper, as it's...
I feel like the monster from It Follows.
Yeah, it's trying to do some damage against Devasha, and you come right up behind it. It's not looking. Slice it in half. As soon as it does, it lets out a psychic scream, and obviously gets the attention of a new friend, who will enter the initiative turn order at the bottom of the turn. You're just gonna pop Droop up here to you guys. Is going to do a double move action to get within range, and this is what this swarm looks like. Yay.
That
Yikes.
is
No
pretty
eyes,
cool looking.
all blades.
Don't like that one bit.
Oh, it's got a few blades.
That looks
arms.
like if the Pokemon Scyther was raised in a Lovecraftian themed universe.
It does.
Good
It does a
Pokemon
lot.
ref.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, the beast emerging from the darkness here. You can see some damage has already been put on it. It's got some bullet holes, some weapon slashes. It hulks over 18 feet tall, has these two huge, broad Tyrannosaurus-like legs supporting its frame, and off of its chest are these 8-foot-long scythe blade-like arms. These things are bred by the swarm purely to destroy buildings and tanks, and it is moving right for you. That is its full action. And yeah, as it moves up, just within perhaps range of some of the defensive lines around the forward base, they start calling out in your direction. You see behind you dredgers kind of swarming those lines, but soldiers of Clade Company holding them back. These pillboxes are spraying automatic fire in your direction, but for each round from here on out, you guys can do just a flat DC 5 check and get parrying or covering fire, either 2 of one or 1 of each per turn, and you guys can use that as need be as this combat continues into phase 2.
Sorry, that's for everybody who's not in the mech, or for everybody in the mech?
No, anybody can call this in over comms. So
Okay.
they're in a couple of defensive positions, kind of right around where Echo 7 is standing, and can help shoot this very large swarm. Now that they see a huge threat on the battlefield. Great. That is going to take us to turn number 4. Sprouts Marlowe in a giant mech.
All right.
So, does Sprouts need to drop to where Zinnia is for this turn?
Let me just double check. I believe the initiative goes off of the lowest. If our stream equals the lowest initiative moderator. Actually, now that you're both in it, let's have you guys roll again. Both you and
Like
Zinnia
initiative,
Sprouts.
or-
Yep. Because it will use the lower of your 2 mods. We'll take the higher of your 2 rolls, though.
Highest roll, lowest mod. Oh boy. Oh,
Oh gosh.
All right, we're dropping down. We're dropping down a little bit in the initiative turn order. I'm just going to put both you and Zinnia and Sprouts right above Trest in the turn order. You guys can take your actions in whatever order you'd like, but that means getting used to piloting the Ifrit. You are not able to act right now. First up in turn 4 is Echo 7, still slowed.
Just gonna move. Gonna head due south.
Oh, getting closer, getting in range.
Yeah, because now that everybody's moved, I'm out of range. And I think that's as far as I can
All right,
go.
moving on up, Devasho, onto you.
since Devasho's intelligence is poisoned, I can't see any reason why he would think twice about rushing this thing.
Oh no.
So, although we are going to try and stay out of this mech. So Devasho's seen the line attack on the mech. You said it's a 60-foot cone. I'm just trying to.
It can do a cone or a line.
Okay. I wish. So I kind of Devasho actually probably kind of wants to be completely on the other side of the creature, maybe, or I could just maybe move here and stay out of the way. So yeah, 5-foot step or a guarded step up, and we're going to take a swipe at this thing and see how badly this fails, or maybe it will be great.
So moving into its threatened range, it will provoke from the swarm. You're ready for a giant arm blade? Is that what's happening, Tyler?
I mean, I took a guarded step.
You move 10 feet, though.
I can take a 10-foot guarded step once a day.
Once per day? What ability is this?
This is... Let me pull it up.
Is it a Trox ability?
No, this is a necrotic thing.
Oh, man.
These are shadow nerves. Mark 1 shadow nerves.
Not at all bad when you start fighting things as large as you. Okay, then you are up. You making a single attack?
Yep, against EAC. I have a feeling that this weapon is going to come into a good amount of use since we're by. I have to believe this thing has some.
Tyler, I'm sorry to be that guy. Are we in an area of bright light?
I didn't think so, because
it's daytime.
Oh, we're not in the building anymore. That's a fair point.
Is it daytime or is it nighttime?
It's night. Why?
Okay.
Why
so
do
the
you
shadow
ask?
nerves wouldn't white. The shadow nerves would not work in bright light.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't
They're
think.
called shadow nerves.
Do you have to be in complete darkness?
No, just not in an area of bright light. But if it was like the middle of the day, then yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We are in nighttime mode here, but you guys all have dark vision or some effect thereof. Go ahead and make your attack. I'm interested to see how you do against the big boy here.
Me too. I've rolled really well, but I feel like it could all come crashing down here. But good check, Jabert. Forgot about that caveat to the rule. 17 on the dice. Ooh, 29 to hit.
Boy, howdy. Keep rolling those 17s and above, and that'll do it for you. That is a hit.
20 points of acid damage.
Ooh.
How's it looking?
Ooh. It is normally immune to acid, but it is very confused as why it's taken this damage. I mean, it's looking fine. I don't know what you want me to say from one hit.
I was hoping to like catch the Achilles heel and just
it looks like a monolithic murder machine that is
I'm in trouble.
coming at somebody at the end of this turn. Let's go on to our mech pals with Sprouts and Xenia. A free move action with Sprouts and Marlowe's. What would you guys like to do with the Ifrit?
So I'm pretty sure we're in range now for the Buzzblade, right? So I was going to throw that out.
Yep. Go right ahead.
It's a 24 to attack.
Against KAC. That is a miss.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Maybe now is the time to remind you guys, you have some PP, some power points you can use on your turn. Typically, you're going to be using these for regenerating your shield points and things like that. Some of the other things you can do is the devastating hits, get a little extra damage on an attack, or an aim ability. This does have to be done beforehand, but that one's going to be a miss, but just barely. Sprouts Marlowe, you've got your action in the mech. What would you like to do?
I want to use some PP.
What would you like to do?
To aim.
Okay, so that is before the attack roll. You can activate the targeting lock in the mech and add a 1d4 to the results as an insight bonus to your attack roll. What weapon would you like to use?
Let's see. It's in range for everything, correct?
For it's like headbutt attack. You will have to move.
Okay.
Closer,
but for Buzzblade, it would work.
Buzzblade has already been used by Xenia, so cannot take it a second time.
All right, then I'll just use the flamethrower.
Burning a line through this thing. Go right ahead and roll that D4 too. Oh,
That's a 30 to hit.
Or don't worry about it. It's 30 will do against EAC. Oh no, very low damage though. What'd you get on damage?
Yeah, it's a total of 20 points.
It says 18 here.
Oh, but does the extra aim not give me?
That helps your
just
attack.
to aim.
It's an attack.
If you
okay. So
want
just
to
18
do
then.
the other one you can do is devastating hit, where if you hit, it deals extra damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Based on the attack roll. But yeah, that's a fairly low one for the flamethrower. It scorches past the swarm's midsection. But boy, howdy, it doesn't seem really to care too much about that either. Foster did more damage. Xenia, why don't you, it's a free action, see if you can figure out what exactly the swarm is, because I've not been using its name yet, though you guys might remember this from a Cosmic Crit season past.
Its name is Gregory.
No.
Oh no!
No. I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled the Ifrit thing.
Well, you roll the 4 on the dice. What's your bonus?
17.
So a 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough to figure out what this is.
These are the things that we found in book 5 that were in stasis.
Tyler, immaculate memory. Yeah, it was a variant form of them. Yep. But if you recall, in book 5 of season 1, you fought 2 of these things. And
and
they were tough.
Oh, they had 3 attacks. I believe you got to hit.
Hey, spoiler warning, Tyler.
I am impressed by your memory. I have no memory of this.
The Thresher Lord. That is what they're called. You guys don't know what that is. Sprouts Marlowe, do you want to move this Ifrit into melee, into range? Or do you want to hold back and see how Devasho does?
Can I move to where we would be flanking with Devasho?
Yes, actually, you can without getting in its attack range.
Yeah, then that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's not a terrible idea.
This is Miles going, hey, remember when you made me lose that crit? We'll pick your dead body up off the ground when we leave.
Trest,
I'm trying to help you.
I know the flanking is nice, but I'm not going to be up by the time I would be able to use it. But
we'll see.
It is a good play.
Jabert, onto you.
Yeah, 1 second.
Oh, and mind you, no one's used harrying or covering fire yet this turn.
Yeah. Can we give somebody else harrying fire or covering fire with our turn?
Yeah. I mean, it's however you guys want to use it as a team.
Because I feel like we need to give Devasho some covering fire.
It is what kind of action to signal that?
Free. It's just talking to them over comms, shooting at its feet or shooting above its head to make it duck.
Yeah, let's give I'll call over and ask for some covering fire for Devasho. And I'm going to make a move action to move in behind Devasho. Devasho, out of curiosity, are you weeping lots of black sticky blood?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
You make me just a D20 roll, see if the covering goes off. If you want, you can actually roll both of them right now because they won't stack, but no, one's good enough. You got it. It's just a 5 on the dice is all we need for them to hit that DC 15. Okay, that's going to bring us to the Thresher Lord, who indeed has Devasho in front of him, as well as an Ifrit. But it's gotta go for that 3-arm Blade Storm attack against Devasho, I think, right?
I mean, that's what makes sense from the enemy standpoint. I would like to thank all my friends and family for supporting Devasho up to this point.
Oh, hang on. Let me get my violin.
Yeah, please do. This has been a great adventure. I really loved this character. It was fun to play somebody who was really family oriented, and I just hope to get to work with you all again in the future.
First roll is a 14 on the dice, and that is a hit. So let's see. I
think you're gonna have to roll a 5 to miss, my boy.
A low roll is going to miss with this guy, but if I get these hits off, it's a lot of damage, Tyler. Coming at you. 29 points of slashing.
Okay.
You still up?
Yeah.
We're going for attack number 2.
Ooh,
4 on the dice. 4 on the dice is a miss.
We needed it.
Believe it or not. Third attack.
We do not want to see a 20 here.
Natural 1.
Oh, 16 on the dice is a hit. And a little less damage. 23 points of damage. Swarm Thresher, you guys just see a Titan versus your team's tank. They are going at it. It's doing a little bit more damage to your tank, though.
Just got to apply a little bit of
23 points of damage. How is Devasho doing?
Very much unconscious.
Oh, goodness gracious.
But not dead.
No, but I will say it was actually pretty close. It was actually a little too close. that I would like it to be, because his first hit got me down to the single digits. So I knew if he rolled if he crit on the next hit, there was a small chance he was just dead there.
Yeah, no, I mean, if it ever equals your max HP, just dead.
Yeah.
These crits can do that. So
They can.
The tank is down. The Swarm Thresher seems to have taken some damage from your guys' attacks, but is one of the heaviest armored foes you guys have fought. We are back to the top of the turn order. Turn 6, Echo 7.
Do not worry, Devasho. I will draw its fire and ire and other things that rhyme with a shot from the hail cannon.
Oscar Mayer.
It's a 17.
That is a super sad minimum damage miss on the. Oh no!
At least I got that conserving fusion.
Tyler, we're back to you. Back to Devasho. How much RP are we talking about here?
Well, I'm at 4 out of 6, so this would take me down to 3 out of 6.
And so you are stable. And that is your turn, Sprouts. Marlowe in the mech. You've just seen this thing mincemeat your Tronks buddy.
So if he's stable, are we still flanking buddies?
No.
Fortunately, no. He's unconscious still, and on the ground. No longer dying, though.
All right. Then I'm going to try the ye old Buzzblade.
All right.
Are you using PP for this?
Good
I will
question.
use the PP for the damage.
Yeah, do the devastating. Who's a what's it?
Alrighty.
Yes.
You went back up to full PP after last round. This is 3.
It's a 25 to hit.
25 is exactly what you needed.
Yes!
Oh, that's good.
We've determined it's KAC.
Well done.
That's
So the Buzzblade is how much damage normally? What does it say you've rolled here?
31.
No, I'm sorry. It's 5d6 normally. So this is going to take it up, I believe. We might have to re-roll the damage here, as we discovered from our stream. A 5d6 goes to 4d8. So go ahead and re-roll damage with 4d8.
Oh.
48. Yeah, you rolled really well, but 48 plus 11 is still. Oh, Miles.
Oh, highs and lows here. Highs and lows. Oh, it's less damage, though, it looks like.
Yeah, it is. It sucks.
27 points.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, with the use of the PP, it also adds a little bit per damage dice, I believe. Increases the damage value by 1 step, and it adds 1 additional damage for each attack damage dice rolled. So actually, I think you're doing the exact same.
Exactly.
So 31 regardless.
31.
Wow.
It is standing on the board.
That's great.
That's still
Already.
not bad. 31.
That is our use of PP. Rebecca, we're on to you.
All right, I'll try to use that flamethrower, but I can't use PP as well. Like, that's only a once per round thing.
I just thought we had a certain amount of PP we could use.
Actually, in addition, I think it's a free action to use the PP.
What's the range on the flamethrower?
Yeah, can we confirm you're not about to blast me?
I was about to ask the same. That cone could still hit the
Oh.
And interest.
We're in a line of, yeah.
Yeah, you can just use the line attack and
But we're in
move.
the line.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
they're
saying
in the line now.
You can use Sprout's movement if you want to get around this thing.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, I will be moving towards you next turn more than likely, as we've now found the second biggest threat on the battlefield. But if you want to move like just to the west to get that line clear, go right ahead and make me.
Does that provoke an attack of opportunity?
So I've got the huge mech has got a 15-foot reach, and the Swarm Thresher 10-foot. So you can actually kind of just step outside of that range.
Did you see that red box, Rebecca?
I do.
Anything inside that if your mech's image was inside that red box, then it would be able to attack you.
Okay, but I can't move the mech. But if we move like to the other corner, we're there.
Fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that'd be great. Perfect.
So, so do you want to use PP as well? You started with 9. You've used 3 so far. So down to 6.
Yeah, I'll use it on the attack roll, though.
So the aim is 1 PP. Go right ahead.
Can I make one quick recommendation? Because you guys outreach it, you could actually step further away from it, and then as it comes to you, I think you would get an attack of opportunity on it with the Buzzblade, right? Would that be a better thing to do? Patrick, it does get attack of opportunities, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, so as it sits right now, it would just guarded step towards you and then be able to attack, and I don't think you would get one versus if you were to step back a little ways.
So if we were like 5 feet to the south from where we are, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would work just fine.
You guys are supposed to correct each other with the rules that make you less combat effective. You're not supposed to help one another in combat.
I gotta make up for what I did earlier, or Miles is just gonna delete
the rest of this episode it proves anything is everyone's on team GM and nobody's on team player. Okay, so yeah, if you wanted to back up like 10, 15 feet, I will allow it. And then go ahead and please make me that attack roll. Roll me that PP aim, and let's see what you get.
So aim is an extra 1d4 on the attack,
Correct.
Is that right?
Oh, but don't worry about the PP.
Oh no.
You roll the 1.
Natural 1.
I don't know any rules specifically that say we're not taking a critical fumble, so let's go ahead and just take that critical fumble. It's the flamethrower is too good not to use, right, guys? Oh man. A giant flamethrower fumbling. It wasn't made to fight Swarm. It's made to burn undergrowth, and you're pushing it to its limits. Oh no. The tank. This is called Uncontrolled Burst. Very fitting. The tank on the flamethrower, or one of its energy tanks, explodes and engulfs the Ifrit in flame. Now, for the most part, this is just going to look really cool because it's going to eat away at the shields of the mech, but the critical fail is apply your weapon's critical hit effect, if any, to yourself. The mech is on fire for 2d6 points of fire damage.
Burn 2d6.
Burn 2d6. Why don't you go ahead and roll that for me? I guess
Is there an eject button in this mech?
You want to be out there on the ground, Miles?
No, I want to eject the person who rolled the 1.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Only 3 points of damage, so it's like whatever. It really just makes you look very cool. A mech on fire fighting this giant
already looked
swarm.
Cool.
Okay. That is your full turn in the mech. Trest, we are back to you.
Well, guess I don't have a ton to do. Devasho is stable, which is good.
You like to see it.
It's what I typically want out of a Devasho.
And we're at the end of the turn here, and just a reminder, no one's used harrying or covering fire yet.
I would put covering fire on the mech or something, I guess.
Always an option.
I mean, honestly, I think I'd rather put harrying fire on that guy so we can get a
sword.
Yes, we can give a bonus to hit the thresher.
Right. But we'll get that again at the top of the turn order, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Sure, yeah, free action, covering fire on the robo. Okay.
All right. Covering fire's up, so that +2 bonus might make all the difference.
I don't know if Devasho wants me to bring him back into this fight. I don't think he does. So I'm going to need that for later. I guess I could do it at a lower level later. All right, I'm going to spend me an RP. Ooh. And I'm going to bring onto the field some allies, which I desperately need.
Oh, who are we bringing in?
Oh, we're bringing in our favorite shadow creatures. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. These are actually sharing the screen.
They're summoned attached to the swarm creature.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Let's see here.
That's
right. And they are each, because they have to roll a 20 anyway, they might as well roll attack twice.
All right. What's their to hit bonus?
Very low. +6. And so
I mean, if you want to use one herring fire, you got that going too.
Also true.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's give a herring fire for this first attack.
Yeah, the first one. Go right ahead.
All right, here we go. And
rolling what? 6d20.
Oh, nothing. Big lot of nothing.
It's okay. I believe.
Oh, still nothing.
It's okay. Staying positive. Staying positive,
gang. We're just looking for 20s. That's all.
This is against EAC?
It is against EAC.
Okay, I will say it's EAC. You don't need to roll a 20 against it. If it future turns you don't want to roll all these attacks.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, go right ahead. Keep going. I will say right now, you do need a 20.
That's all right.
Natural 20's gotta come.
Getting all these bad rolls out. We're just flushing. We're flushing the system. This is like a detox of rolls. This is good.
Yep.
Excellent.
Toxins. We've deputified.
Oh,
absolutely.
Boy. Yep. A 9, 16, 7, 5, 5, 9. That, well, we've got some friends here. They've not done anything to take the Swarm Thresher's attention, which means it is indeed going to. I can't get my Swarm Thresher because there's too many little guys on them.
My plan is coming to fruition.
Oh, here we go. Okay, it is going to move directly in to the Ifrit, and you guys in the mech can make an attack of opportunity with that Buzzblade.
Right, Buzzblade.
Yeah, the giant saw. Whoever wants to do this, you guys are both.
That's a 28 to hit.
Oh my goodness, that is a hit.
29 points of damage.
Okay, it's doing a little more damage than it's done so far. That's pretty good. Sorry, I'm having trouble with roll 20.
And because I'm on fire, can I catch him on fire?
If it worked like that, then like every soldier on the battlefield would be on fire. Yeah, bringing it to him. Unfortunately, it does not. 29 points of damage, you say?
Yes.
All right. Your Buzzblade finds purchase just like rolling into this thing's chitinous exterior, and you see bug flesh underneath just getting pulverized by it. But it is coming at you with a sword arm, an arm blade back at you.
Oh no.
Natural 20 on the dice.
That wasn't me.
Here comes the crits, everybody. Shout out to another Patreon subscriber. Let's go back to Jonathan with our crit family quizzes. What's the longest family tree Tyler has ever come up with for their character's background? I think it's got to be this one, right?
It's absolutely this one. Yeah,
I got pages and pages of notes. I'm like,
there's a lot.
I don't know if I can make all these character voices.
There's in this particular. There's Devasho, his parents. I think his grandmother, his husband, and then their 11 adopted children.
You're making people out there feel bad about their character prep. I've never done that for one of my characters.
So, and the
name of the farmer
ones
that found Echo 7 in the field. I just called him Farmer.
Iguin. The eldest child also has backstory. The intention was that if Devasho were to have failed somehow in the first 2 books or something like that I would
like that's possible.
Or today.
All right, we are in Crit City, USA, and I don't think I ever get to use the critical hit deck, so I'm going to use it. It could potentially dampen my damage here. But this is a CR10 creature. Even if it's halved, it will be doing a lot. This is a kinetic attack. This one's not super exciting, and I don't think would. What damage does it do? Piercing or
don't you have like a hero point to pull a different card?
This does slashing damage. No, I have a book reroll, which thank you for reminding me. But this one is a free disarm attack at the bonus. I don't know if the weapons can be disarmed from the mech, so I'm just going to put this back in here and take my massive amounts of double damage. It's 40-10 plus 36.
What?
Welcome to book 3, everybody. Oh, it's super low. 46 points of damage. Wow. So we're talking about the mech here, and it has still some shield points up, right?
I only had 19 shield points.
Yep. So, I'm saying from the fire damage. So it took 3 points of fire damage. So 16 off of this 46. You're taking 30 points of HP damage, which you started with 87, which means you go down to 57. And I've written up our critical. 57 HP is exactly the first threshold for a system failure. Yay! Let's go ahead and roll that now. I'll roll it. It's a D20. You can see, guys. Now this is this is the helm. 19 to 20. I've rolled on the dice. The helm is the cockpit where you, Sprouts, and Zinnia are operating, and when it gains the malfunctioning condition, half of the operators take bludgeoning damage equal to 1d8 times the mech's tier. Though you can attempt a reflex save to have the damage. Son of a beast!
Watch.
Okay.
Dodge this bullet.
The two people who needed to.
All right. Who wants? Well, is it random? I guess it doesn't really matter.
Rebecca, you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
It says half of the operators rounded up. So one of the two of you. I'll just roll. Yeah. I'll roll it randomly. Sprouts, make me that reflex save.
Okie dokie. That's a 20.
That is a fail. Thank goodness.
Oh no.
It's DC 15 plus the mech's. Oh no, plus half the mech's tier. Oh boo, that's a success. It's DC 19.
Thank you.
Oh, this game is the worst. I'm amending my feedback for the playtest.
Whatever. You still have 2 attack rolls to go, so let's.
So Sprouts takes no damage.
Yep. But the mech has taken about a third of its hit points. It's not doing great. It had a move in, so that was its only attack. Oh, okay. Which means we are top of turn 7, Echo 7.
Echo 7's at a range of everything now. So he is going to run basically due southwest to right over here next to where, a little bit back from where Devasho and Trest are. And while he's doing that, he's going to pull out a grenade and hold that for the next turn.
Devasho, back to you. Are you burning another RP to get back in the fight?
Yeah.
All right. Standing on up 1 hit point.
Yeah, just coughing out blood like mad, but he stands up.
As black as Eoxian milk. That's a move action. Do you have a standard you'd like to do?
Yes. I guess I'm going to pull out the Sonic disc.
Ranged weapon. Yeah. Oakley dokley. Back to the mech combat action. Sprouts Marlowe avoiding being jostled around in the helm, in the cockpit. In addition to that, I should say, in addition to the damage, the helm operator's controls become unreliable. The first time each turn a helm operator uses a full action, there's a 50% chance the mech does not gain an action. Now, this system failure can be avoided through the use of power points. I believe it is 2 power points to ignore the malfunctioning condition if you want to use those at the start here, Miles.
And how many do we have left?
You gained 3 back. You used so right now you have 8.
Yeah, then I'll do the 2. Yeah.
Down to 6. Do you want to replenish some shield points? It's another 2 PP, and you get 2d8 shield points back at this level.
Think we should do that, Rebecca?
Yes.
All right. Then
Down
yes.
to 6 PP. Okay, go ahead and roll those shield points back.
Oh, so you said 2d8?
Correct.
All right, so that's 11.
Alrighty. About half the shields back. What would you guys like to do? You're a team in there.
You want to buzzblade it?
Yeah. Do we get 2 attacks? Or
So-
no, because we replenish shields?
Yeah, no, you each can make an attack.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, buzzblade this dude.
You have 4 PP left. Do you want to use any for these attacks? You want to save it in reserve?
I'm going to save it. If Rebecca wants to use it, she can. But because I know we used plenty of this round already. So I'm just going to do the buzzblade attack.
Oh, you want to do the buzzblade? All right, go ahead and roll that, Sprouts.
That's a natural 20.
Oh no,
Yes.
where's my mirrors? I need my mirrors back.
Yes.
Redemption.
This says critical effect 28 and 2d6.
Oh my goodness. All right, Patreon shout out real quick to Amy H. Thank you so much for backing us on Patreon. Normally 33 damage, and the crit is an additional 28. Is that what you said?
Yes, and 2d6.
60.
I think that's the bleed
Dude.
is the 2d6,
Yeah, it
right?
sounds like
Bleed is a
bleed.
2d6. I think this calls for an audio drop.
Yep, it does have the bleed critical effect, so you can go ahead and roll that as well.
Boom shakalaka! That's what you call a cosmic crit! Kaboom!
So this buzzblade that was sticking through its chitinous chest just rams right through where one might think a heart would be on a normal humanoid. It looks down at the blade, still serrated and jagged in its chest, and it is still alive, and just looks very angry. 8 points of bleed on the roll there. It's still up, Zinnia.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm going to use. Sorry.
How many points of damage was that again?
Is about 69.
Jeez.
All right, I'm going to use 1 PowerPoint to use aim on the flamethrower. And sorry, Jabert, your little shadow creatures are probably going to die.
You can project it from like any corner of the mech, so you don't have to murder them.
All right, that's a 27 on the attack, plus 1d3 or 1d4.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's a hit.
Awesome. So that
Very
does
good.
21 damage.
Nice. 2 great rolls.
Moment. Mathing over here. Oh my goodness. It is still up. It is still fighting. Is it going to get a chance to just demolish you with 3 attacks? There's one person who can tell us if it will, and that is Trest, who is next in the turn order. Trest, I've been keeping track of them. You had 1 extra round of slow than everyone else at the bottom of the turn order. You are no longer slowed.
Sweet Jesus. All right. So I'm going to, these guys are going to move in. Shadow creatures. Yeah.
I'm going to randomly decide whether it's going to use this attack of opportunity.
Okay.
See if it avoids these teeny gnats. Nope, it's going to destroy one of them completely.
Okay.
I didn't roll a 1 on the dice. It's demolished.
Oh, shoot.
Just one of these sweet boys. Are the other two making an attack?
Yes.
Not gonna lie.
If one of these shadow creatures gets
Swear
the
to you,
kill,
Jabert,
I'm gonna go.
if you roll a natural
wild.
20, I'm not gonna be too happy. Let Trest
No,
himself.
it'll be just the most baloney thing for this baloney fight.
Let
This
Trest
stupid
take the
baloney
attack.
fight.
I want it so bad. I want
okay.
it so bad.
All right, single attacks. Roll them.
23 to hit.
Close. 17 on the dice. What's the total?
23 to hit.
That's a hit against the AC.
All right, for 5 points of cold damage.
Still up.
And then the other one.
One more. It was almost. Almost.
And then I'm gonna move in and cut him. Cut a thrasher with my sword.
You want to move into flanking?
I don't have the movement for that. 24 to hit.
24 is a miss.
Oh no.
Why aren't you guys using herring and covering fire?
No, I said it. I said it before you did.
No, we're moving on. I gave you your chances. Boy, howdy. It's going to make those full 3 attacks against this mech. First attack with the 3 of them. This is only at a plus 18 to hit. A 19 on the dice is a hit. And we are doing to the mech. Another 33 points of damage, giving it another system failure. Immediately, boom. And an 18 on the dice is a power core. And the rate at which the malfunctioning power core regains lost shields and power points is halved. The rate at which a mech's with an operable power core regains lost shield points and power points is reduced to 0. And when a mech's power core first gains it, you lose 1d4 PP. Now, this is going to be offset by the fact I forgot when you have a scrapper core and you gain 1d4 PP when you get a system failure. I'm just going to say those balance each other out because the mech is still up and I want to take it down. So let me do that. Second attack. Oh, it's a 3 on the dice, and that is going to be a miss, which might save someone else's life here. I guess I should ask that. What is the Ifrit's case? What do I have marked down here?
24.
Just so close, so close. Okay, third attack. And 8 on the dice is going to be a hit. And 23 points of damage. I don't think it's destroyed.
No.
And I don't think it's at that. It might not be at that last threshold yet. Are you keeping track of the HP?
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys at?
12.
No, that isn't. That's going to go past the last threshold then. For another system failure. Womp. And that is auxiliary systems. I don't think anything. I think it's only auxiliary system is its enhanced shields. We don't have to worry about that because it's probably going to survive this round. You see from this massive wound, it's just bleeding out. The Thresher Lord. Taking us to the top of the turn order. Echo 7, you are no longer slowed. Whoa. What would you like to do? What you got, Drew?
All right, so now that I am back in business, I am going to, call for harrying fire on this fool.
It's Matt.
Roll it for me. Harried.
Harried. All right, so we're going to harry and hurry. Now that I can move and shoot, I'm just going to kind of go southeast a little bit.
All right, get a clear shot on the Thresher.
And take a shot with that good old-fashioned Gelid hail cannon.
I feel it.
22 to hit.
With harrying? Does that include your harrying?
with Herring. That is still a miss. Oh no. 24 isn't going to do it. Devasho. Oh no, it's up to you, and the singing disc's true.
Oh no, the singing disc. Can it pull through with its mediocre damage dice? I hope so. I don't want to take any more. I don't want to take the other herring fire or anything. I'm just going to straight up. I don't know if I want to roll twice and get greedy for the 20. I mean, the mech's after me, so I'm going to get greedy and go for the 20 here.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I almost just minus 40. That would have been a very low roll. Oh, dang it. If I hadn't got it, I would have normally been a hit, but 24 is a miss against DAC.
Against the AC, that's a hit.
Oh!
Yeah, the 24 already includes.
Oh, right, the hail cannon's KAC. I totally forgot.
Yep.
Okay.
24 is a hit. How much damage?
Minimum damage, 12.
Oh my goodness, that is more than enough to lop this thing's head off, as it was super weak after the massive crit and flame from the mech.
The rare singing disc snipe.
And we are out of combat as it is.
I love how Tyler was the one calling everyone kill stealer at the beginning of this call.
This is exceedingly rare.
I'm going to use the singing disc for all the minimum damage that it does. Oh, it did minimum damage. What? It killed it?
That's my impression of Tyler.
Listen. Sometimes you gotta hype the murder.
I'm done listening to you.
Actually, Tyler, did that thing have a mirror image, or was it too bright outside, or was it slippery on some sort of ice or oil slick?
For employing the rules, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. To be fair, I did almost die. I think I deserve this in a little bit. Like a little bit. Not a lot. If I get 1/8 the credit, I would be happy.
No need to not. This is a team effort. I can't believe the mech wasn't absolutely destroyed. I figured this thing with 3 attacks would be taking it out, but yeah, you guys have survived, though this mech has seen better days. It, believe it or not, did not get attacked very often in the forest combating fires. As the Swarm Thresher Lord lets out its death rattle about 70 feet or so in the distance where the Altafiron landed, you see the ship take damage and fall to the ground, going up in a gout of flames, and overcoms hear the faint voice of Echiax calling out, saying, "Midnight Squad!" The dust starts to settle here as Clade Company calls for a rolling retreat to the sewer systems of Oods, as the swarms seem to be falling back and regrouping after this first wave has been mostly killed off, including the Thresher Lord. But they are sure they will redouble back in about 10 minutes for another attack. As you guys run up to Echiax, you see indeed she is gravely wounded. The Thresher, having fought her and her squad and having sliced the Sheeran nearly in half, she calls out, as you run up to her, calls out specifically for you, Trest. Trest!
I walk up to her.
I set explosives on their ship to give you all a chance to retreat. I took it out well. There was a Altafiron that landed this giant Thresher Lord.
Oh, right. That's like a bioship, right? Okay.
It is a living ship, one of the ones that were hovering around the planet that you guys snuck past.
Right.
You see bits and pieces of it at the edge of your dark vision here, kind of burning in its own acid. There's not much you can do for her here, but as she is unequipping herself, she'll take off a Sheeran eye rifle, detaches her jetpack, and from her belt, she takes off a small pod and hands it over to you, Trest, and says, "Trest, need you to take them. Take the child with you when you leave."
I will. And I take the thing that she's giving me.
And anyone can take the weapons, the armor upgrade. You see multiple Clade Company members kind of retreating past you, some of them bearing stretchers and things, some of the other wounded. She'll kind of point towards them and says, "You all retreat with the others. make sure Javata makes it out okay and get to the sewers. When they come for me, I will not go quietly. She has like a small bag of grenades on the side of her armor. She's getting ready to prime. I will tell Clade Company I said hello. The battlefield quiets here if you guys have anything you'd like to say before trundling off towards the sewer system.
I don't know if Devasha would say anything, but maybe just give a salute and pretty somberly, as he is bleeding out kind of as well, begin to retreat.
Do not go quietly into that good night. Salute.
Farewell, Midnight Squad. The darkness envelops you all as you guys head into the sewer system, and we are fast forwarding a bit to 2 days later, back at Clade Company's main operating base, as you've traversed Illemchuuva's tunnel system once again. We see here a somber event as the entire armed forces have gathered for a mass funeral for Etchiax, about a dozen other soldiers who are perished or missing after the battle at Forward Base. There's a large remembrance wall illuminated with floodlights where you see holographic projections of faces, some still images, other looping videos of those who were lost. In Etchiak's photo, we see her and Jadvata carrying a small Sheeran young between them in a medical bag. Commander Heskemu will find you all after the ceremony and say, "Well, Midnight Squad, I want to thank you all again for coming all the way out here, laying your life on the lines for us Illemchuuvans. I know you won't stay any more than we won't evac off this rock. It's home, and you got your own to protect. So let's shake hands and tell one another, well, we'll fight again on a battlefield together in the future. How about that?"
Agreed. We are all brothers and sisters against the fight to the swarm. Hopefully together, one day, we will end this conflict.
By the way, we dug up some spacecraft material, some munitions, heavy stuff we don't have a lot of use for here on the ground. We'll figure we'd send you off with it, see if you can upgrade that stealth ship of yours if you want. In between books, I'd say. Somewhere along there.
Yes. We thank you. You have given us much more than we could have ever asked for.
Yeah, we do what we can here. Soldiers gotta help soldiers. As you're looking this over, Tress, this remembrance wall, Jadvata will indeed come over to you. He's healed up in the time since the attack on Forward Base, though his arm is in a cast and seems to be missing a vestigial arm on his chest. And he says, well, Midnight Squad, Trest, I want to thank you all for allowing me to come with you. It was good to see Zesh University again.
Yes, perhaps you were a great asset on that mission.
I made a gun.
You did make a gun. It was very cool.
Literally and figuratively.
Get it? I made a joke this time.
I guess he can also make a couple of grenades for you. We'll talk about that off here. Some cryo grenades with the extra ones.
Always good.
Trest, I know Etchiax sprung this one on you, this youngling. Are you sure you're okay transporting it off planet?
It's not like an Akata egg or anything, right?
It's a young.
This isn't like a fun prank you're pulling, right?
No, it's a baby Sheeran.
Okay, great. Then
you can take a look at it.
I will. Yeah, I peek.
It's ugly, but not that ugly.
Okay, good, perfect.
This is awkward.
You can rely on me. I will take care of it.
Why, thank you. I know whatever life this young one will live, surely it will only be possible away from this rock. Though perhaps when it matures, it will return one day to the place of its birth. And we'll have won the war and beaten back the swarm. Terraforming will get the planet healing itself, and the kid will find out why its mom gave her life defending this world.
I will tell her. Well, I will tell the child about what you did here. I will make sure that they remember everything that you gave. And I shake Jadvata's hand one
wow!
The
good arm.
No, yeah, it's good arm. And then all of our other arms that we have like on our chests and stuff, we shake all the hands.
They do like a little dap.
In the most Sheeran of ways of
the secret Sheeran handshake they don't teach you unless you're a Sheeran.
Unless you go to Sheeran school.
That is the funniest thing I can imagine. We need some Sheeran animations of their little teeny arms like high-fiving. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I give him a firm handshake into a hug, and I say, keep the good fight. We will return.
After making it back to your Susqueland whip, back to your ship, the Clay Company gives you a military escort. There's some acid damage, but it is still very flyable. And when you get back on board and start her up, you breathe the life supports clean air, the first clean air you've had in well over a week after your battles here on Illemchuuva. Sprouts, Xenia, the coordinates of Professor Galchek's findings will take some time to program. But would you all like to head straight off to this next adventure, to this so-called Prodigal Stone, or do you think you all want to head back to Ultranius?
Probably the Prodigal Stone.
No,
if we'd like to update or sort of improve our ship, I feel like we might need to find a port to do that.
You can make some upgrades, some repairs before you head out here, or you can try and find some other place in the Illemchuuva system if you want to do those. If you want to get a completely new ship, this one was specifically for the stealth mission. If you want to get something a little bulkier, you can head back to the shipyards of Ultranius. It's up to you guys.
That might be smart, just because we don't have a ton of space or other stuff on this, but also time is of the essence, so we don't want to spend too much time. I think the most important thing is that we get the Pronk out of here.
We'll figure it out. I mean, if you do want to just head straight to the Prodigal Stone, you can. It'll take a little bit of time, but you can draft a message and send it through drift space back to Hadira Najiri, and she can, advise you whether or not it'd be worth it heading back to Ultranius or not. But yeah, regardless, you guys are getting the heck away from Illemchuuva, I suppose. And as the ship's engines start warming up, the rift to get into drift space begins forming out beyond the gravitational pull of the planet. You see Illemchuuva just retreating and becoming smaller and smaller in your rear thruster cameras. And as this happened, Tress, there is indeed a psychic pull emanating from this youngling container, the offspring of Echiax and Jadvata. The child seems to be attempting to make contact with you for the first time. One of the most important stages of a young Sheeran's development is this initial bond with a host. As with bated breath, I'm sure you can wait for it to make contact. The child reaching out to your mind psychically, saying to you, "Congratulations on reaching level 7. Yeah! You did a great job. To be continued."
Thank you, baby.
Wait, that is correct.
Thank you, baby. That's the end of book 3 of Attack of the Swarm.
Woo! Exclamation point.
How did you guys survive Illemchuuva? There's so much insanity in this book.
Well, our GM gave us a robot.
There's a little light improv at the end, but for the most part, this is the amazing writing of Liz Liddell, of the editing of the Paizo staff, and there's so much weird stuff going on. You went inside a giant bug. You fought a whole bunch of new swarm in this book. As much as I enjoyed making swarm in book 1, there's some creepy ones in book 3. And we got
nice to see the Thresher return, though. Solid.
Oh, the Thresher. Oh, don't worry. You'll see 1 or 2 more of those, I'm sure.
Can we not? It'd be great.
yes, all in all, this has been my favorite book until we start book 4 next week. Let's go, everybody. Guys, thank you so much for playing with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone out there, thanks for sticking around. We are halfway through season 3 of Cosmic Crit, and we will see you next time on the show. Night, everybody.
Have a good week.
Until next week.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Cosmic Crit. This episode has been made possible through a sponsorship with Roll20 and the backing of our Critamanda fans on Patreon. Thanks again and have a great week.